we're going to get into our discussion on the upcoming season, Young Avengers. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Young Avengers. Season started August 6, 2024. The card you get with the season pass is Kate Bishop. She's a 2-cost, 3-power card. On reveal, add 2 arrows to your hand. One of them is an acid arrow, which when it is a 1-cost minus 2 power, and when you lay it out, it switches sides. So essentially, it flies over, takes space, and gives them minus 2.
It's a mini go.
Yeah. 1-cost, 3-power grapple arrow. On reveal, after you play your next card, move it to this location. Then you have the 1-cost, 1-power basic arrow. If you play a card at this location next turn, plus 3 power. And then 1-cost, 1-power Pym arrow. Ongoing, if your side of this location is full, plus 3 power. So I did play against her. I did not get the season pass, but somebody brought out Kate Bishop in the past couple of days, and the acid arrow aggravates me. I'll just put it that way. That really kind of made me upset. I'm like, oh, come on, you got to be kidding me. She would probably, and I think the person had a Pym arrow as well, if I remember right.
2 random ones.
I played against her twice, I'm pretty sure. I love stuff where it kind of adds stuff to your hand that seems fairly useful. I'd love to get like more acid arrows, please, and just continue to get more of those so I can fill up spots and just do -2s. That one, to me, I think seems the most powerful. But each one of these, it's very, very reminiscent of Nico, where she's going to give you some options, and it might not be the same option every single time.
But each be the option you need it.
Exactly. I kind of dig Kate Bishop. I hope to have the opportunity to get her. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I went ahead and got her. Instantly went into my Collectasaur deck.
Yeah.
And yeah, she definitely reminds me of Nico to where she can do a lot of things. I played one earlier today. I had her and then Snowguard, because Snowguard's one of the bounties, and we were on the Quantum Tunnel, so I think I ran both of them through the Quantum Tunnel. So I had 2 Snowguard bears, 2 Snowguard, is it a hawk or an owl or whatever the bird is, and then like 4 arrows at one point.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, and had the collector out there getting the extra point of energy every time something popped up. So, but the other idea I got for her, and I don't know if this will work, but I want to try it out, is since she and Nico can be used for a lot of things, I was never a big user of Loki. I didn't get him initially. And then I know they made a pretty big change to Loki that actually made him more appealing to me. He was a 4/5, and he would replace all the cards in your hand with cards from your opponent's starting deck. And one reason I didn't use Loki a lot is because I was like, well, then I'm losing those cards that I know I could use. And sometimes that might work out and sometimes it doesn't. But now he's the 3/5, and he replaces your deck with your opponent's starting deck. You get their deck.
Right.
So it's dangerous to use him against Darkhawk, but then you've got all the cards you knew you could use, so it doesn't feel like you're losing something. You're using less of those new cards, but they all also get the reduction in cost. I'd messed around with a Loki deck and put Mockingbird and Quinjet, and then I figured Nico, because there's a good chance you don't know what you're getting when, but there's a chance that Nico could work well with those cards. What really made me do it was I was playing a Phoenix move deck, as I call it, Moving Tribunal, where hopefully Phoenix brings somebody back, boosts them up, and then I drop Living Tribunal in there and spread the points out. And I was going through a stretch where I was not getting any of the cards I needed. Like, I've got 3 cards in there to destroy and 3 cards to move, and like one game I didn't get any of the cards that
in order to do anything that you wanted,
and should be resurrected for Phoenix, and I only got one of the destroy cards or whatever. So not only was I having a bad stretch of luck, but they played Loki and executed my deck perfectly against me.
Oh, ouch.
Like, they got my deck halfway through, and they used it better than I did.
That's rough.
So I was like, maybe I'd try that. But I think the first time I probably used him with Darkhawk or something, to where I forget, it was some other archetype, but it was, well, if this isn't working, I just drop Loki in and start over.
True.
But also with Mockingbird, because there will be more cards that didn't start in my deck, and Quinjet to lower the cost even further. And so then with these bounties, as I was switching between decks, I thought, what if I know I mentioned a while back I was trying to make a deck with like cards that fit well in any deck, but the problem was there wasn't anything really to center it around. There were a lot of complementary cards, but there wasn't anything to complement.
Yeah.
So I tried that again, but with Loki and Kate Bishop and Nico Minoru, Mockingbird and Quinjet. So whatever deck style I get, I've got cards that could potentially work with it, or at least lower their costs a lot and get more out there. So I haven't played it, but the idea is then I've got all those cards. I've got Loki to steal somebody else's theme, and then I can pull out one or two and drop in the ones for the bounty. See if that works. So have one bounty deck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll pan out, but it sounded good in my head.
Well, you'll have to let us know next time when we record. I'm curious as to how it works. I don't think I've messed with Loki since the change, and since they redesigned the card or whatever they called it, but it sounds a little bit more appealing to me as well. So I'm going to have to see if maybe I can come up with something for Loki. He's another card that I rarely use.
More likely to use him if I got a variant I liked. Like the basic card, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know, the Grecki one doesn't work for me. I really don't like the Venomized Loki. Just doesn't work for me. But hit me with I think there will be a Loki variant this season because young Loki was part of the Young Avengers, Kid Loki or whatever. So.
Right. Okay. Well, all right. Next up, Marvel Boy. 3 cost, 2 power. After each turn, give 3 of your 1 cost cards plus 1 power. Yes. I definitely dropped some keys to grab this. I thought that one of the other successful decks that I was messing with this past season was one that filled lanes. And I think I might have, but I played that against Jonas. Anyway, it's Athena deck.
I think you mentioned it last time, though. I remember you talking about, I haven't gotten Shana and Kazar to really work for me. But
yeah, it's Athena deck as well. Kitty Pride's out there. Marvel Boy fit right in there. Marvel Boy is boosting up. I really do love it when he boosts up Kitty Pride, and then she comes back, gets another boost when she comes back to the hand, and she goes back out there, and I was pretty successful. And last night I was sitting there playing, and I had a situation where the cloning vats came up, and I got 2 Marvel Boys out there. Every turn I had another couple of turns where I think turn 5 and turn 6 it was dropping 6 power each turn on top of whatever else I put out there, because I had 2 Marvel Boys out there, and he's just giving.
Oh, nice.
What didn't happen, I thought was going to happen. I thought I was going to be running into a destroy deck that was going to have Killmonger, and it was just going to obliterate my deck, which is very much a risk when you're playing that.
Do you have Kyra?
Not in there, no. Obviously, that makes sense to have her in there. But
yeah, I put him in my Thanos deck. That was the thing. Like everybody, Thanos has been this huge card, and I never got him, and then I got him, and I'm like, what do you do? I haven't been paying attention to other people.
I just get beat by this guy all the time. I'm not paying attention to how that's played.
Yeah, but yeah, I put Marvel Boy in there, and then Kyra, and I had a couple games where I got some decent momentum. I did manage to get all the stones out there once or twice.
Okay, next up, Wiccan, 4 cost, 7 power. So this is interesting. And you watched the developer video, so you probably understand, because I had to watch it in order to understand how this read. Because when I first read it, I was like, what sense does that make? So that's on reveal. If you spend all your energy to this game, plus 2 max energy. Now you can see in my parentheses that I put, they got to mean this turn, right? Because why in the world would they say this game? But now I understand. It's a situation where every turn up to when you play Wiccan, you will have had to have used your energy every single turn. So you can't have a turn that goes by where you didn't spend energy before you play Wiccan in order to get that plus 2 max energy. So there you go.
Okay, so you do know who Wiccan is.
Yeah, I've read Young Avengers. I feel like I wasn't part of the Runaways at one point. I remember the Young Avengers, they crossed over, right?
Yeah, he would be interesting. I know the developer video pointed out Quicksilver and Domino, which goodness knows I try to make those 2 work. It's nice to have some place where they fit in. There's a limit on, you can get a lot of energy, but there's only so much space to play. But maybe put those 2 and Wiccan in an Arishem deck.
Yeah.
You could have your last couple turns with plus 3 energy, or get him out on turn 3 with Psylocke or Zabu.
Yeah.
Of course, then you'd probably want Venom, Hulkbuster, or somebody to help you clear some space at that point.
True.
So he'd also be good to play along with Havoc.
True. Yeah, because that's going to help you essentially does away with, because Havoc drains like your energy, doesn't he? Level.
He subtracts 1 energy every turn, but you gain 1 energy every turn. So yeah, basically he freezes you at the level you're at. But if you drop Havoc and a 1 cost on turn 3, then you'll have 5 energy for the rest of the game.
not bad.
Yeah, I could see some interesting things there.
Yeah, I think the Quicksilver Domino thing is going to fold right into the next card, which is Speed. 3 cost, 3 power, ongoing +1 power for each turn in which you spend all your energy. So what you're looking at there is Quicksilver, Domino, Speed, Wiccan. You haven't lost a single bit of power there. And so that's what, turn 4, you go into turn 5 and you've got, provided there's nothing else affecting you, you've got 7 ready, right? Yeah. You got seven energy to go.
Speed gets +1 power.
Right.
Yeah. In turn 5, you'd have 7 energy. It'll be harder to joke about this since Wiccan and Speed are not only Young Avengers teammates, but brothers, and Quicksilver's their uncle. Domino doesn't really fit.
I was going to say, Domino doesn't fit into this equation.
Yeah, we need to get their mom, Scarlet Witch, in there. And I guess Vision's their dad, sort of.
Sort of, kind of.
In spirit. Well, since she just magicked up the kids.
Oh, these aren't the twins from House of M, are they?
I forget how that worked. They're supposed to be. They're her kids. I forget exactly how that worked out though.
Well,
but yeah, her kids. You watched WandaVision, right?
Yeah.
On the Halloween episode, her kids were, one of them was dressed as Quicksilver, but the other one was in Wiccan's costume, and Speed's costume is basically just a riff on Quicksilver's.
I did not catch that. I saw the kids there.
Yeah, Tommy and Billy, that's them.
All right, any other thoughts on Speed?
Great movie. I want to watch it again soon. I bet it holds up.
I was going to say, the kids would probably enjoy that. That's a Sandra Bullock movie that's not the net.
Yeah. Did I tell you about pitching the net to them? And
yes,
then I'm like,
you did.
It's not going to make any sense to you guys.
Oh, man.
You don't understand. Dial-up was dramatic.
Mozart's Ghost. All right. Next up is Hulkling. 6 cost, 11 power. I don't know. This might be the card. I liked Marvel Boy, but I think Hulkling is about the other one out of here that seems pretty, I don't know. Kate Bishop's pretty cool too. But anyway, 6 cost, 11 power. At the start of the game, copy the text of a random 6 cost card. So.
Well, as we know from the Black Vortex, that could be exciting. Or the raft, that could be exciting, could be a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
Although the fact that he's base 11 power, it's not like if you get null and you're not running destroy, you still got a 6 cost 11 power card.
Right. Yeah, that's the big advantage here is the fact that you've got a pretty hefty card in Hulkling anyway. He's not the only thing that would make him be really almost unplayable would probably be Destroyer. That would suck.
Yeah. You'd know it was coming.
Right.
And it's not like Black Vortex where you have no idea what's going to pop out.
Let's take a look and see what else he could do. Trying to think of like what the worst one.
If he gets Red Hulk, that's even better.
True. Blob.
Get it from the beginning of the game.
Right. Blob.
If he gets Leader.
I mean, you can't complain about that.
No.
You got a 6/11 that you're dropping there that copies the other person's card. That's going to the highest power card. Yeah, highest power played that turn.
Now you can't let him get Blob because clearly Blob's the most dangerous card in the game.
I know. Then you got to nerf Hulkling just by association.
It's like, okay, maybe Blob was a little too powerful when they came out, so they put him at a 15 limit and everybody quit using him.
Yeah.
I didn't see Blob after that. I stopped using him. Then everybody figures out, oh, hey, with Ariston, we got cards to burn. So let's put them in there. And then they're like, no, stop. People are using this card again.
Right.
And really the most effective way to get people to stop using him is to put that famine variant in the spotlight cache. That's just, I don't know, man.
Not good.
If it's the shoulder pads or the skull tattoo on his belly, I was like, I'm not sure I want to drop any spotlight keys today. I don't want that thing.
I would not. All right, so okay, here's the cards that I think would not be very good for Hulkling to copy. Okay. That isn't going to matter. Agatha would suck. Agatha 6,
I think they should build it so that if Hulkling gets it, he's better than Agatha.
Well, here's the thing.
Which shouldn't be hard.
The text is Agatha starts in your hand and plays your cards for you. Hulkling is not Agatha. She just has Agatha. Maybe
what if he brings Agatha into your hand?
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be interesting, though. I can't wait to see that actually. That would be pretty cool. Let's see. Destroyer, I already said would suck.
It would be cool if he copied Mockingbird.
Yeah, Mockingbird's a good one. Doctor Doom.
Oh,
Like Doctor Doom, you get a 611, and I assume they would be Doom bots, so they just send the other 2 5s out.
yeah,
Giganto would suck because
yeah,
you're only going to be able to play him on the left location. Infinite would suck.
yeah. At least Giganto and Infinite, you got more points.
Right.
Star would be good.
Apocalypse is not going to be. You're not. The only thing you can do is Apocalypse is useless. You don't want that.
If your opponent's running the new and improved Moon Knight, who's less random than he used to be, they might take out Hulkling and he comes back at a 15 instead of a 5.
Sure.
It's not going to work every time, but that's the thing.
A very slim chance.
Well, yeah, if your worst case scenario is you've got a 611, he's 1 point less than the Hulk, but with the chance to do more.
Yeah. She-Hulk would be good.
Yeah.
Hulk, 1 less for each unspent energy, so that would get him down there.
Odin would be nice.
Odin wouldn't be too bad. What's funny though is the fact that if Hulkling, the power set matches the character. The text of this card matches the character. Because if Hulkling copies Orca's power, he essentially becomes Orca. He's a 611 that will be +5 if there is only one card there. So he essentially, there's nothing really big that changes in regards to power. He just basically becomes Orca at that point.
Here's the big question.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a random 6-cost card.
Right.
You know what's a 6-cost card?
Tell me.
Hulkling.
Ooh. Oh, big.
And I only say this because I'm pretty sure I had copycat one.
No.
Pretty sure that happened.
Oh, well, that'd be interesting.
All it would be is it would do nothing.
Yeah.
Because it would be after the beginning of the game, so he'd just be a 611 card, but it'd be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. All right, well, there you go. You got any thoughts on Hulkling?
No, just some of the cards, it's going to be, the abilities going to be negative. Some, it won't be useful, but you never know.
Okay. All right, locations for this season. And I'm afraid that the meh locations continue because it's like, hey, guys, let's create a location based on something that was iconic in the comics, specifically an iconic event, such as the Avengers mansion getting destroyed.
Mm-hmm. That's where the opening storyline of Young Avengers took place.
Okay. All right. So there you go. That folds into the story. It's folding into our season. And the riveting idea that they had is to add a rock at that location when it appears, and then you put a vibranium in your hand.
Good raw materials for your buddy Marvel Boy to work with.
Okay, all right. Won't complain there, I guess. You got a good point there. Marvel Boy giving out some extra power. Vibranium can't be destroyed, so that's helpful. And it's a 1/4 right out the gate. Yeah, I'm not impressed. But what are your thoughts?
It's true to the theme. It's the rubble of Avengers Mansion, but you might find something useful in there. They don't all have to be Legion fodder. You never know. Most games it'll just be mildly annoying, but in the right circumstances with Marvel Boy, or if you're trying to fill all the lanes or whatever, it could help.
Okay. It reminds me...
Or if you need some Killmonger fodder.
I was going to say, it reminds me of the abandoned mine or whatever it is that brings out all the rocks. Where it's just like, I think I sent you the picture where somebody said, I fixed it, and it just says skip turn, and that's all it is.
Yeah, but every once in a while, I try to do something cool with the abandoned mine. I don't think I've ever pulled it off, but I know one time I tried to get cute and wait a turn to clear the rocks, and like they Scarlet Witched it or something, so I couldn't get rid of the rocks.
Oh, I've seen somebody play armor on the unrevealed location for it to become the abandoned mine or whatever it is, and collapsed mine, and then that guy's winning that location no matter what.
Unless you have Patriot,
well,
boy,
or Marvel Boy. Right. All right. Next up, we have the clubhouse. That's right. You fill that to give your cards at other locations +1 power. Speaking of Legion fodder, this will be Legioned, and Legion is immediately going into my lane fill deck, and I will be Legioning this a lot because everybody's going to be getting +1. And I was sitting there thinking, it says fill this to give your cards at other locations +1 power. So it's probably going to be like a raft situation where as soon as it's filled up, then that event happens. But I was sitting there thinking, like, will it change if you Scarlet Witch it afterwards? Does everybody lose that power?
Oh,
So that's something to keep in mind, just to see if that actually happens. All right, how about you? What are you thinking of Clubhouse?
You hit the nail on the head. I'll probably use my lane filling deck there. Maybe toss Gilgamesh in there. I think I had him in at one point.
Sebastian Shaw, right? Was he?
I still don't have Sebastian Shaw.
Is it on? No, it's not on reveal. It's just when his power.
It's permanently upgraded. So like Xandar doesn't trigger his power. So it depends on whether this one is a lasting one or just a bonus as long as it's there.
Gotcha.
I feel like we should be able to tell, but I can't.
What are we here for but misinformation and inaccurate guesses?
We're here to make you feel better about your snap confusion.
Yeah, trust me. We aren't going to clear things up for you. We're going to read things and then postulate on what they are and hope that what we're thinking is true. What was the thing that we got so wrong? Was it the discard location?
We were like, what are the ways you can discard with the Weapon X Lab? This will be interesting. No, it's just going to discard for you.
This is going to be the lamest idea. It's going to be the straightforward thing.
It's like Sokovia, but at least they give you another card.
All right.
Thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the next installment of Snap Material.